Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ocean's Pit, the little show about big things. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's that day. It's Twisted Thirsty Thursday with Carol
Yep.
Brandolino. Carol, how are you doing, my dear friend? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just chilling in my sweats at work today and getting over a wonderful night last night. Not getting over it, but just really taking it in. It was a great night for the homeless.
And we'll talk about that. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ocean Spit. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, but most is dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch the show. To our military, to our veterans, thank you so what you guys do for our country. We got a great show. It is Thursday, February 20th. Let's go to work. Oh, pooh. Yo, 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 yo. That's right, folks. Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Hey, it's a nice day out, Carol. Everything is good.
Yep.
And I want to thank you all for joining us today. Before we get into all the details, let's get right to Ace Hardware, folks. They got a lot of stuff going on. You know, Ace is the place, buying local, shopping local. Listen, they got some great deals, folks. How about Bounty paper towels and puffs and Lysol? It's pretty simple. They got bundle packages. You save $5 when you spend $25, or you save $10 when you spend $45. There are a bunch of different complete items that you can pick to choose from. Cascade laundry pads, Dawn dishwashing liquid, and so much more. Here's another savings they have. Buy 5 when you spend 20, save 5 when you save 20, or save 12 when you save 40. They have so many different options that you can get stuff there at all your neighborhood Ace Hardwares, folks. Here's one here. Ace 32-gallon trash can is only $22.99. You can't beat that, folks. 50% off Benjamin Moore color sample paints, all at our good friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace. All right. So yesterday we had the first or second annual homeless concert for the homeless at the Tap House Grill in Lamont, Illinois. It's a sports bar. It's a nice place. Jeff, the owner, does an incredible job there, and their staff is right on it. I notice compared to some other bars, sometimes the staff kind of more laid back, doing nothing. These guys were all over the place yesterday, so they do a great job, and it was great. All the people that showed up. I thought it was great. I want to thank Dan Nozek and Dina, his lovely wife. He's put this together. And when we did this about a month ago, we just handed out clothes that everybody was bringing. But this time we tried to do a little concert with it. And everybody that showed up, Double T, Toto, great job. Also, the great singers, Frankie Setta, of course, Lulu Sylvester, Carol
Marchetti.
I don't know.
Marchetti.
Yeah, she had a great voice, great song. She did. She did the Rose.
Yes.
She did a great job at that. Stephanie Brigner was great. And Ron Starr, of course, and then of course the great John Vincent showing up before he had to leave for another gig he had downtown. So it was good, and they had to split the pot, and I think the pot was like, I don't know, $600, $700, $800, whatever it was. And the guy who won his end, half of it went to the homeless, and half of it went to one of the guys who bought the split the pot ticket, and he was generous enough to give the money back for the homeless, which was a great thing. And total bags. If you went to the other back room, which they had some just people eating, and I don't know. I mean, I guess, Dan, 68 bags of clothes and I don't know, about 100
Wow.
bottles, packs of water
That's
and sanitizers
awesome.
and stuff. So it was a great event. What was your take on it, Carol?
Yeah, I mean, it was a packed house. I have to say, it gives you, you know, a good feeling. A lot. It gives you hope. These people are getting. I mean, it wouldn't happen without all of you guys, the entertainers, because of course people want to go out and get the entertainment. They didn't charge for that. You guys do it. You donate your time, and then so of course all these people are going to come out, and it's just a win-win. The business wins. Jeff's a hustler. I mean, he is a hustler. He reminds me of really how I've worked for many, many, many years in the restaurants and bars, but everybody had a great time, all different ages, and just everybody bringing their containers, their bags.
Yeah.
It just shows that community when they come together. I'm so excited for the stuff to get dropped off to the homeless people. I think what a great feeling that's going to be and how grateful they're going to be. It's huge. I mean, you're actually
I
doing
think so
something.
too. And
Yeah.
I have 67 bags. There you go. Thank you. I want to also thank Jeff Hunt from Seventh Heaven showing up. Julie Toto was there. Our friend Debbie
Yeah.
was there. I want to thank Albert from the Ronald Nesty organization for showing up.
Yeah.
So it was just a nice cause when everybody gets together. And at the end, we sing a song together. We did a bunch of duets. So it was a lot of
So
fun. So,
mhm.
and then check
Great.
out the Tap House Grill. They got good food there anyway. It is a great
Excellent.
place. Carol,
Excellent.
Kathy, how you doing? Jeff, everybody said hello. Carol, Richard.
Hi,
There's Jerry
guys.
Jams. Yeah, hello, everybody. Yeah, but it was a packed house yesterday. Packed house, sold out
Mhm.
show, and a lot of fun. Speaking of
Yeah.
another house, tonight we'll be at Positano's in Oak Brook with my buddy Jerry Jams and Lisa P. That's a 7 o'clock hit. The Friday will be at Chicago Prime Steakhouse with a double T, and then Saturday will be at Pier 290 in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. That is a dinner show, so we're excited about that. And Sunday will be at Caliendo's Winfield dinner show as well over there. That's just a Tony Ocean show with double T Tony Toto. So thank you, Dina. We can't. Oh well, thank you guys because you guys are the ones
Yeah.
that put this together, and everybody should take a chance to do it. Again, thank you all the entertainers that showed up. It was definitely
Yeah.
a fact. And a lot of people came out despite the cold, and I don't want to go out because it's cold. Ooh. And the place was still packed. They didn't care that it was cold. They came out for the cause of the homeless, which
Right.
we're supposed to. And when we can, we
Yeah.
did. So that was a good thing. All right, so a lot of things to talk about, and some of this stuff just gets more crazier and crazier and crazier. A couple
Yeah.
things. World Day today is the International World Day for Sick Children.
Okay.
So praying for all the sick children out there. There's, I hate when I hear anything like that when it comes to kids being sick of some sort. I can see we get old people at a certain age. We're going to get some sort of disease, whatever the hell it is. We know cancer. We know that. But when it comes to little kids or kids who have never even worked their own, they never had a chance to live life, right, Carol?
Right. I mean, that's something I just can't think about.
That's something
I don't know. It's very upsetting, like with anybody else. And when you have kids, all you could do is put yourself in that place. And I just try not to let my mind go there because I can't even think about it. But you empathize and then work with places like St. Jude and organizations to do whatever you can to help that out. And the Ronald McDonald place too. That's something I always donate to when I'm there, just to help the parents.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah. But I do want to say,
even the Lori
yeah.
Lori Foundation too for
Yep.
kids. They do something too for
Yep.
kids. So I think it's a great
Yes.
thing too. Patrick Haig, how you doing, my buddy?
So my nephew,
Heat Wave 22. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's today. But anyway, yeah.
I just want to say something
interesting.
real
What's
quick. I
fun?
want to congratulate my nephew and my niece. They had their
Yes.
child, their baby yesterday. It was a scheduled C-section. They knew it was a girl, 7 pounds, 4 ounces, 20 inches, 10 fingers, 10 toes. Her name is Eleanor Louise. And I said, why would you? It's a beautiful name. I said, but she's just born and she sounds like she's 80. But we bust each other. We bust chops at my house. So, but I can't wait to see this. So excited to have a baby. And again, in the family, they have a 4-year-old boy. So I can't wait to see him meet her. He can't go to the hospital because of the norovirus and all that stuff going on, the 4-year-old. But
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
I'm going to go
Yes.
today, maybe to go get to see and hold that baby. So congratulations. God bless. So
That's
this is
very
my
good. Well,
my great
congratulations to your
niece. Yeah,
family.
she's my
Yeah.
great niece. So my mom's a great grandma for the second time.
Fantastic.
So very excited.
Hey, good for you. You're a great grandmother. I became a grandfather. Isn't that kind of
Yep.
cool? It's a nice thing. New life is a good
Yes.
thing. And talking about people and talking about people, I'm telling you, man, I've been so blessed with people that come out and support the show, the Tony Ocean Show or Ocean's Pit, whatever it is. I really been blessed, man. I got some people that some people just really surprised me. There was an older couple there last night. I don't remember them that well, but they, of course, they were the ones that, the minute I walked in the door, they wanted to hear the Trump train. That's all they needed to hear. And there's two old people. I don't know. They got to be in their late 70s, early 70s, whatever it was. So the guy, after he walks up to me, they have a brown paper bag, and he pulled it out. And then he pulled it. They went to the Trump,
the inauguration.
What do you call it? He went there. They went there and bought me this from there.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
They actually bought it at the event there. And it was like, it was just mind-boggling sometimes when people with their hearts and stuff, like even last Wednesday, when we did last Friday, whatever, we did the Rat Pack show, and my buddy Louis Pipes, another great singer, walks in with a Tony, I know you like the shirts with the high collars. Here you go. It's like, it's very humbling. It really is. It is a very nice feeling, and we're blessed if we have people like that.
Yep.
I like that a lot. Also, National Pipe Day today for all you pipe smokers. I do smoke a pipe. Believe it or not, people look at me sometimes funny when I'm in the car with a pipe hanging out of my mouth, but actually, my wife Laura, who's doing much better, the nurse, they had the nurse come in today, just checking all their vitals, making sure they were all okay. They had
thank God.
The other guy, the guy to help her with walking and
Physical
stuff like
therapist.
that came in yesterday. So physical therapist, so she's doing great. She's taking a little nap right now,
Good for her.
She likes the pipe smell better than she does the cigar smell. So interesting for you people who smoke pipes out there. All right, so granny pods. Have you heard about granny pods?
No, I don't think so.
Now these are pods, pods that you can have. Some people buy these small houses where you can buy small houses for less than 100, whatever, 60,000, 40,000, whatever. And you can build your own houses. Well, now these got these granny pods now that you can buy, put them behind your home or in your backyard, so your grandparents could live there when they get older.
Perfect. I mean, if it's a nice size, they're right there.
It's a nice size. Yeah. Do you? I think it's kind of cool to do that. Would you? A lot of, I don't know how the Greeks are, but I know Italian people don't like putting their parents or grandparents in a home.
Right. No.
If they have to, let's move them in. It's like a no-no. And you know what? I've seen through the years going to visit people, and I'm going to tell you something. It's amazing that it's shocking to me that there's some rooms sometimes when there's people there, nobody goes to visit them.
Unfortunately, my grandparents, when I was much younger, were my grandfather was in nursing home because my grandmother just could not take care of him. He had become blind from a stroke at a fairly young age, like maybe 67. And so all the daughters would take turns going every single day. Someone would go. My grandma still cooked a meal every day for him. They brought it there. But I'll tell you, I was like maybe 7 when I started going to those. And it's just awful and sad. And some of the people have nobody that goes. And to me, so the Greeks don't usually, they do whatever they can, at least everybody I know, to either bring them home. And if they do have to be there because you just physically can't take care of them, or you have to work and no one could be home or afford it, then they are there every day and they make sure that people know they're coming in. You know what I mean? But very sad. Very sad.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of
Mhm.
sad. And you know, usually when they get to that decision, you have to see if you're. Hopefully, you'll do that
Yeah.
and take care of the
Right.
grandparents because remember, or your mom and dad, they're the ones that took care of you when you were
Yeah.
small, and you guys couldn't take it. We couldn't take care of ourselves.
Right.
Sandra Argent, how you doing? Says tiny homes are really pretty neat.
Mhm.
Yeah, I watched a whole show on that.
Yeah.
They have a show that actually builds these little houses and
Yeah.
stuff. You can buy the whatsoever. So that's
Yeah.
actually kind of cool. All right. Excuse me and pardon me. Do you
Ooh.
still see people through your days, Carol? You walking into a restaurant, a guy's in front of you. Does he open the door? Does he say "excuse me"? Does he say "pardon me"? Do you still see that culture, or do you see that culture going away?
Definitely, it's going away, if not almost gone. But you have your certain people. I say excuse me. It just naturally comes out. Like I bump into mannequins, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me, and then it's a mannequin at a mall or
Yeah,
something.
right,
But it just,
right. Yeah,
that's where I'm just saying it's just natural. It's ingrained in you from a young age, so you don't even think about it. These people never had it ingrained in them, so it's not a habit. It just doesn't naturally come out. So it's in like the raising of the kids. So yeah, no, I don't see it
yeah.
much.
I think so too. I always say excuse
Mhm.
me and pardon me, and when I say like excuse me, hello, ma'am,
Mhm.
they get mad at me because what am I too old? I'm not a ma'am. My name is like Lisa or
Okay.
whatever. You know what I mean? They'll
Yeah.
tell you. I mean, well, I heard ladies go off on me, but that's the way. If I don't know the person,
Yeah.
that's what I was taught.
Right.
It starts at home, is how you were
Yeah,
raised. Yeah,
for
Richard, you're
sure.
absolutely
Hmm.
absolutely right. So interesting. Excuse me. Boy, what else we got here? A bunch of stuff. They're saying there's a lot of people, younger people, old people dying of cancer. They're dying of lung cancer, and they're non-smokers. Have you heard about this?
I mean, I do hear about this a lot, but there a lot of them are
Yeah,
saying it could be due to secondhand smoke as younger. Like I know. Listen, people ask me, you even asked me, well, today it's worse. I'm
yeah,
losing my voice a little bit, but you even
yeah,
asked me, like,
yeah,
is your voice
yeah,
like that because you've been a smoker? And I've never smoked.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
really am going to attribute that to my entire household and my generation of households when they were younger. They all smoked in the house, and it just was what it was. And I never
Right,
smoked, but
right.
there were like 4 people living in my house that smoked. Then I went and worked at a bar. So, that worries the shit out of me. I get really worried. So I want to do some kind of test or something, um, because I do think a lot of secondhand smoke has a lot to do with that. If you've never been a smoker or hereditary, maybe, I don't know, you know,
Yeah, I think so too. And I've seen a lot of people. Yeah, he died at a young age, and he never
yeah,
smoked. He died of lung
yeah,
cancer. So, that secondhand smoke, guys, you got to think of back then when we were in nightclubs. And most of the people that are listening are my age or
mhm.
older. And you're absolutely right. It gets to the point where there was cigar smoke, cigarette smoke everywhere. I mean, everywhere you
You
went,
didn't need a fog
So
machine.
it is what it is.
You didn't need a fog machine then. It was like just smoke and the lights coming through. So, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's all you needed. Absolutely. I agree. You're watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things. Hotels, we talked about yesterday, or we talked Tuesday,
Mhm.
when you were on a Twisted
Yeah,
Tuesday. We talked about people sitting on, won't take an old mattress, but will check into a
right,
hotel,
right.
whatever it
Yeah.
is. Speaking of hotels, do you like the checkout times at 11 o'clock? That was one of the questions that came up.
No.
Don't you think they should push it maybe till 12 or
Yeah,
1?
I do. I absolutely do. Who wants to get up at 9? Like the whole thing for me when I'm at a hotel, if I'm vacationing, right? If you're there
Yeah,
for work or whatever,
yeah,
but if you're vacationing, my one of my biggest things other than kind of just getting in the sun or being by a pool or something is just getting
yeah.
sleep. I tell people like we were vacation as a family, they knew do not wake me up to go to the breakfast buffet. As much as I love food and I love my bacon, don't even don't even wake me up in the morning. If I'm sleeping, let me sleep in because that's one of my favorite parts of traveling and being at a hotel is sleeping in. So yeah, it should be later
Right, I agree with you. 11 o'clock, they should push it at least till
for
12. At
sure.
least get you 12 an extra hour.
Yeah.
One thing, it really kind of skeeves me too sometimes, and I've done this, but I don't do it too often. You go down into the free breakfast
Like,
that they give you.
yes.
And if you get up early at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock and you walk down there and you see half people half naked
Oh,
in their
yeah.
pajamas, didn't shower,
Yeah.
and they're touching your food,
Yeah.
they're touching the bagels, and with those, oh, it's just like, oh, Stevie. Right? It drives me crazy. Well, it's free. It's free. So you don't care that someone
Yeah.
just picked their nose and used the thing to pick their eggs up, and then right? But it's free. Free. Oh my
I
God.
want to
That's
see you.
crazy.
I want to see you at a buffet someday. I just want to watch it. That's it. I would love to see it.
I tell you, there was one lady, I remember one lady, she was standing in front and she was piling her plate up.
Yeah.
And her plate was like this. I go, ma'am, it's a buffet. Why don't you just pull up a chair and sit down in front of the
You
egg?
could go back.
I mean, it's
You
like,
could go
wow.
back.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And all I get from people, well, it's free.
Right,
It's free. When the little Jimmy's, picking his ass and picking up the bagel, putting it back down, then you grab it. Oh,
No, my
man.
God.
It's just mind-boggling to me, the stuff we talk about there on this crazy show here. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's get to real estate with my good friend. God, I'm losing it today. My good friend, of course, Mary Grievous,
Mary
everybody.
Grievous.
That's right. Mary Grievous. God, am I losing it today? Mary Grievous, folks, for your real estate needs. Look at that. I can't even find this thing is just really slow today because I'm hitting the buttons and the pictures aren't coming up. There it is. Mary Grievous, don't call when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact me when you're considering buying or selling. Mary Grievous, your forever agent. Available as buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, expired listings. M. Grievous at StarkRE.com. Berkshire Hathaway Stark, 630-688-1725. And she handles all your real estate needs. And then, of course, if you're talking about Mary with real estate, you got to talk about the Chicago Music Cruise. 29 days away, ladies and gentlemen. 29, Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Seas, Fort Lauderdale, Carousel, Aruba, and Coco Key, Bahamas, March 22nd to March 30th. 8 days, spring break, Seventh Heaven, Tony Ocean, the main event band, Mojo's Jukebox, Jersey Girls, etc., etc., etc. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com, put in Tony Ocean or give Mary a call, 630-688-1725, and say, I want to go on the ocean with Ocean. That's Chicago Music Cruise, 29 days away. Carol Bandolino's in the house filling in for Laura until she gets a little better on Thursdays. Okay, let's see. Mandatory. Do you believe or do you think, Carol, should it be mandatory for the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance to be said at public schools? What's your take on that?
I hate using the word mandatory because you're forcing people to do something, but I think it's important to do it. I think it teaches kids to be proud of, their country. I think they need to recognize they are getting a free education in public schools. I think they need to appreciate that. I do think they should say the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't think you should have to mandate people to. I don't know. If people don't feel comfortable saying it, fine, whatever. But I do think it should be in schools. And that's my opinion.
You know what? The problem that gets me is we never had a problem for years.
No.
With this.
No.
You got up and they did the Pledge of Allegiance and you did the national anthem. There was no question ever. Even during the Cold War with Russia when people were fighting, people still got up and did the national anthem. People still said the Pledge of Allegiance. Why is it so? Everything's got to change now. They want to just change everything.
Well, but isn't it ironic too that now more than ever, people are giving, they're fighting it. But now more than ever, we have so many people illegally trying to be here. I mean, if you don't think it's a great country and you don't want to be here and you don't want to do what we do or, acknowledge the freedoms we have here, this is what we do here. So if you're coming here, you do what you're supposed to do here. I mean, and if you're coming here for a reason. It's very ironic to me. It seems very hypocritical that you're going to illegally come here and then be like, screw it. No, I don't like the United States of America. I'm not saying the national anthem. It just doesn't make
exactly.
sense. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me either. It's very like really weird. You come in here, you get into the country, you got the best chances for you to make a good living for yourself, and here you are ripping the country the way it is. Exactly. If you don't like our country, get the hell out. That'd be your act. Boyd, the pledge was a way of life. You're absolutely right. That's true. Jill, how are you doing? Dennis, Lake Geneva, what's going on, brother? Yeah, so I believe that should be, but you're right. Mandatory is a different kind of word, but I just think it's part of, like I said, nobody had a problem with it before, you know. So, but they're definitely trying to change. All right, Bears fans, you're gonna love this if you're Chicago Bears fans, folks. They just put an email out to all season ticket holders. Even though our team sucks and sucked for many years, we're going to increase the tickets 10%. 10% now for season tickets. It was 8% last year. 10% now for season ticket holders for the Chicago Bears season. It's insane that these people will still pay to get shit on and one of the worst teams in the NFL. And I don't get it. I think, I mean, and the reason why they keep doing it because people will keep paying it.
Yeah, but did they get the new
doesn't make sense to
and
me.
are they going to build an okay, so are they getting the
not
new
yet. Not yet.
I could understand if they were doing that
yet.
because they need, you know, to build, you know, they need money for all this new, you know, if they're doing that. But how do you keep raising prices if they lose like always? Who wants to go see people lose?
If you can, if someone's watching, if Jerry is still watching or Provenzano still watching, because I know I think Robert might be a season ticket holder. Can you? What's your feelings on that? That's what I like to find out. I mean, it is a little crazy. It really is 10%.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little nut, I have to admit. I also want to say congratulations to Skippy Saviano and the mayor of Elmwood Park. It's Restaurant Week in Elmwood Park, and they were just on Channel 7 with a bunch of the chefs cooking some stuff. So very, very cool for the town of Elmwood Park with that. Travis Kelce is in the news again, Carol. Of course, he is now engaged to Taylor Swift. Before the Super Bowl, he said he was going to come back for one more year. And now he's thinking maybe he doesn't want to come back. And the Kansas City Chiefs said, we can't sit and wait. They're giving him till March 14th to make up his mind to come back and play for another season with the Kansas City Chiefs or to retire. I don't know. He made a lot of money. I'd walk.
I didn't even know. This is pathetic. I didn't even know they got engaged. I heard I have no cable. And I must not follow whatever.
No, I got it on my phone because I looked the stories on the phone. I had no clue either. So I looked, I scroll and it came up.
So
yeah, I think he paid $12 million for that ring. Anyway, I don't know. Well,
good for them.
We'll see. Another guy that might be leaving on Good Morning America. He's one of your people, George Stephanopoulos.
One of my people.
I heard.
What does that mean? What does that mean, Tony? He's one of your people. One of my kind? Is he my kind? Okay.
He's the Greek. You know, he's a Greek. He's a Greek.
George,
am I pronouncing the name right? Is it Stephanopoulos or is it Snuffleupagus?
No, I'm Snuffleupagus. My brother says because of my eyelashes. So he's Stephanopoulos. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's about done anyway. He's gotten himself into some trouble here and there with his mouth. And you know what? I think he's done anyway. He's probably retirement age, and his wife makes a good living. She's a comedian, I think. She's actually a comedian, his wife.
Okay.
Very cool woman, it seems.
I didn't know that.
I think he's done. I think he's done. It's time.
People were complaining about eggs being so high, and someone just private messaged me and they said, Tony, eggs at Aldi is $2 a whatever a carton. So I don't get it.
Every place
have you had problems with
Jewel? Let me tell you, if I go to Jewel or the Jewels, okay, whatever you call it, okay, if I go there, like I was pissed off the last time, but it is what it is. We're all dealing with it right now. It's like $8,
Yeah.
$9 for a dozen. And then I saw this little area and I was like, ooh, those are $5.96 or $4.90, and I went to grab them and they're all gone. Right. So Aldi does have, there's certain stores that just, they do have the best prices, just like certain gas stations. Like I go to Thornton's
Yeah.
because I always see Thornton's, at least where I am. They always have the best price of gas.
Yeah.
So I'll go to Thornton's, right? It's going to be it's going to be cheaper at certain places than others. Just, go. Aldi is a good place to go. You gotta
And,
get
and we know that. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree that too, which is good. Just like I said, I think they buy more. They buy more quality of stuff, and to be able to sell it for those prices. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. It's a Twisted Thursday with Carol Brandolino, folks. Porsche and Audi, for those foreign cars, are deciding that hopefully they might start making these cars in the United States of America. I think it's a great deal. It's going to be a lot. I mean, I'm never going to buy a Porsche, right, but what I'm trying to say is it's just going to get more jobs for people, right? I'm thinking here in the United States, if they make them here, made in America, take care of the parts, I think that's a good thing. That's what I'm hearing. So will be interesting to see what that. How about just heard this? Just came over the news right before we went on, Carol. Chicago woman, 61 years old, left brain dead. She was punched and stomped on her head on the train.
I was going to say,
while the train was full. This is an 8-time felon who did this.
Yeah, of course,
just to get her purse. Carol, just to get her purse on the train, and nobody was doing shit when this lady was getting it. Now she's, and of course, here's an 8-time felon that should have been in jail when he got arrested the first time.
That's the problem. That's the problem. And I'm honest to God, if I ever get a voice for that, to me, it's they're letting these people out, and the slaps on the wrist. I was reading a story in one of the patches, on land out here. It's like an 18 or 19-year-old boy who got caught with, again, it wasn't a ton of detailed information, but he got caught with child porn. So I started to read more and more of it, because sometimes they do that. And what it is an 18-year-old and a 17-year-old, right? Like they're dating, and then they're that. So not that that's great, but I understand that they're going to date and they're 18 and 17. So then when I started looking at it more and more, it said prepubescent. So prepubescent is young. Okay. This guy, they let him out like for pre-trial. So he didn't have to go sit in jail till his trial. And what his, discipline was for while he's on pre-trial, sitting at home, is no internet. Are you effing kidding me? That's it.
That's it. No internet.
I mean,
that was it. That was his punishment.
That for until the trial comes, because they didn't make him sit in jail until the trial. So see, the first thing I do when I see stuff like this, how many chances are you going to give somebody? Like 3, 4, 5. I've heard it in court, 4, 5. And I'm looking at the judge, it's not a case I know, I'm just listening. And they're like, okay, buddy, we're like on the 6th one now. And I'm like, that's on you. That's on you, judge. Like, who is that on? Because either he has a public defender or he has a high-priced lawyer. Like, they need to stop. I'll be honest with you. I think some kind of law needs to be passed. And I'll tell you. So some bartenders, right? And restaurant owners, they know about this. Let's say somebody leaves your establishment and they got drunk there. They get into a car accident, right? You could get in trouble for that, for over serving somebody. Okay. You're going to have to take some accountability for that. Now, you tell me if some guy or woman, whoever the criminal felon is, that does 1, 2, 3 things, beat somebody, beat them up, put a gun to that, whatever they do, and they keep letting them out, right, with probation and stuff, then they kill somebody. That blood on there, it should be on the judicial system, whether it's the lawyer, a judge, whoever made that decision to let that person free again, and that person goes out and kills somebody, or that person, that needs to go. They need to be held accountable, and maybe they need to be put in jail. Just like parents are now starting to be held accountable for their kids grabbing guns, going and shooting up schools. The parents are starting to become accountable. So why aren't judges and lawyers or whoever it is that makes those final decisions on these freaking criminal felons that are going out and doing things 5 times, then they go
Yeah.
kill somebody. Who's accountable then? No,
Oh,
because
I
they
agree
shouldn't
with
have been
you. And you know, like Jeff just said here, Jeff Hunt said Kim Fox is the issue in the city.
Yeah, she's a piece of
They need to
garbage.
change. And the mayor doesn't help either. The mayor doesn't help either. They need to make a big change on that and start putting these people in jail. This is an
Absolutely.
this is 8th time felon. 8 times. You know, it's not like first out there, you fucked up, you made a kid, you made a mistake, all right, boom, whatever. But this is 8 times we're talking about
Yeah.
this felon.
Yeah, no,
And it's just
it
crazy.
shouldn't happen. It shouldn't
It's
happen.
sad and it's scary here in the city of Chicago. Frank Impardo is
Yeah,
watching. Frank, the owner of Postatanos, is watching. Hi, Frank. That's right. We're going to be there tonight. Me and Jerry James and Lisa P. 7 o'clock. Don't forget they have the new Postatanos opening in Wheaton very soon.
Nice.
So make sure you look for that. All right, and we're talking about there was a Congress, the View. People watching this show called The View. You know how much I hate it. We talk about. They had a congresswoman on there, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, on The View, saying the only reason why President Donald Trump has such a high approval rating is because the people in America are stupid.
Sure.
That's exactly what came out of her mouth on national television on The View. A congresswoman, Jasmine Crockett. That the American people are stupid.
Right. Yep. That's the reason. I don't know.
It's a little crazy, folks. It really is nuts. It drives me crazy what goes on in this crazy world that we're having. Hey, I got something to say good for us men. Us men, here it is. I got some good stuff for us men. And be careful. February, 3 days in February that the men are always right. 3 days in February that the men are always right, and it's happening this month. Here it is, February 29th, 30th, and 31st. Men are always right. February.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
yes, they are.
You gotta love it. Ocean Spit,
So
little
listen,
show about big things. Let's
before-
talk about. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say before we do the show, usually I go real quick to like comb my hair. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now how real the struggle is. Okay, I was in the bathroom at work to go comb, just kind of comb my hair a little bit, and I brushed the shit right out of my hair. This is one of my extensions.
That's real hair. Oh,
It's
extension.
real,
Okay, go.
it's real hair.
God.
But like,
Yeah.
this is an extension. Okay, so this is one of my longer pieces. I didn't know what happened. I combed it. This thing fell out of my head, and I looked on the floor, and it was one of my hair extensions.
Well,
That's
at least you found it. Because
right. Oh yeah, it's going back in. I have to go back.
It's
and do
going
it,
back
get it
in.
But that's a female.
There it is, man. That's like there's no filter here. We just say how it is, and this is what it is, good or bad. It is what it is. It's Ocean Spit. A little show about big things, folks. What about Imperialux becoming your own bank? And it's time to start doing that, folks. It's not too late. Imagine putting your money to work for you, becoming your own bank, making dream retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Wendy Thompson and Craig Coughlin help you create personal pensions, grow your wealth, secure your legacy. It's never too late to start. Take charge of your financial future today. Give them a call at 630-890-1213 or book on Kennelly for a free consultation to start building retirement that you deserve. Become your own bank with Imperialux, 630-890-1213. Thank you for our sponsors here on Ocean's Pit. And while we're at it, folks, it's how about the Ace Minute? Because the Ace Minute is here. And the Ace Minute is brought to you by JRC. All JRC hardware stores. It's the Ace Minute. The weather. That's right, folks. Thursday, February 20th. It is about 12 degrees out there, folks. It feels like it's -4. It is a little sunny. Very cold today, folks, of course. Humidity is 61%, 9 miles per hour. The air quality is good. And it should be warming up in a couple of days, folks. By Monday or Tuesday, we'll be at 40 degrees. And that's the Ace Minute, brought to you by the JRC Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before They were neighborhoods. All right, Carol. Interesting. Uno. Have you ever played Uno?
Oh, a ton. Yeah, a lot.
Okay. Now, I don't know much about the game. I think I played it, but I
Mhm.
don't really remember it all. Someone just said that Tony How has confirmed that you could end the game. Now, what's the thing? You just got to match the numbers. What's the actual purpose of the how does the
So
game
it's
actually work?
colors and numbers. It's colors. So like if somebody puts a red 8 down, you can change the color that's been building with it has to be another number 8, but you can put a different color down and change the color to obviously you have 4 colors and you want to get rid of all your cards. So if you have like
But it has
4
to be
blues,
it has to be 8. It has to
it
be
has to
8.
be an
You got to
8 to
match
change
it.
the color. Yeah,
Okay.
or they have like wild cards that has all 4 colors and you pick the color. Yeah.
Well, they're saying here, because I guess the game can go on forever, and they say
Yeah.
Uno has confirmed that you can end the game if your final card is an action card. What is action card?
And oh, okay. So I think I knew that. An action card is you could put a card down that's a reverse, a pick up 2, pick up
Okay.
4. You can reverse the order in which you're playing. If you're going clockwise, it'll go counterclockwise. Pick up 2, pick up 4, reverse. There's a couple new cards they've added. I played this so much with the kids, especially my daughter for years. I don't know if I knew that or not, if you can end in an action card, but yeah, I don't know if
See,
it's the right color.
I didn't know either. I didn't know
Yeah.
either. Yeah, so we try to learn some stuff here
Yeah.
today. We were just talking about the city of
Mhm.
Chicago. Brandon Johnson, folks, Lightfoot accused of impending inspector general investigation. Investigation roadblocks outlined the inspector general, Deborah Weisberg, included demands of the law department. So actually, folks, they were accused Thursday of impending the work of Chicago Inspector General, withholding documents, enforcing subpoenas, and demanding they have the law department sit on interviews that risk embarrass the mayor. So stories would come up. They would hold these stories when they should have been out. And now they're investigating. Now they're getting in trouble for it. And they're going to go to court in April to figure out what's going to happen with this. But this is going back to Lightfoot. So you know how bad this city was, and it definitely needs to make some changes. I don't know. I think we talked about this at one time. Carol, would you ever think of getting into politics?
I was asked to run for school board, and it's very political. I'm learning a lot more, even though my job technically shouldn't really be political. It kind of is because you're overseeing a grant and it's federal money. So I think I'd like to. It would have to be in a very specific arena because a lot of the other politics, it just makes me sick. But if I'm speaking on behalf of like what I said, like the felonies and the justice system and people letting people out of jail and criminal stuff like that, absolutely, I would definitely speak on behalf of that and try and speak to legislators. I've gotten to meet some because I think then you do feel like you at least have a voice because there's nothing you could do if you don't. What can we do? Like with the homeless, at least, people are raising money or things for the homeless where they're bringing it to them. There's nothing else you could do to end homelessness unless you have the money to build, buildings and put these houses people, which the government is what they should be doing. But you need the right people in place. I would maybe dip my toe into politics if it was with the right people. I would, but it's hard.
Yeah. I don't think I'd be able to get into politics. I just don't think I would be. I think my mouth would get me in trouble too many times. So I think I'd stay out. I'd help push. I'd help push the candidate. I'll help do that. But that's probably the best that I can do. Just the way it is here. Interesting. I want to thank my guest yesterday, the great Matt Cassane. He came on, folks. He had a little snippet on the Saturday Night Live 50th reunion, and of course the Saturday Night Live movie when he plays Matt Full. He did a bunch of his characters, so thank you, Matt. Tomorrow, my guest will be Tina Perry. She was on the show before, Miss Wisconsin, and she's got a whole bunch of stuff going on, new stuff that she's trying to do, and she had a battle with her life, but she does some great stuff. She got some foundation stuff, and she'll be our guest tomorrow. Boyd, as a president consideration, nobody really qualified who wouldn't want the job because of all the backstabbing. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I don't know. It takes somebody a lot of nerve to want to. I mean, a lot of guts to want that job when you know everybody's at. And look, President Trump didn't need it.
No,
didn't need that job. He could have took his money, went on an island, and just said hell with it and did whatever he did. You know,
right.
And so,
yeah.
And then you know what? One thing, another thing. You see the word narcissism. A lot.
Yeah.
Okay, now. But here's what I'm trying to think now. Don't you think that anybody in power, job, politician, entertainment, owns a company, whatever, don't you think somehow there is a little inside all of us with that qualified to a bit? I'm not talking about craziness, but you have to have a little bit. You want to have that respect of people watch, you know what I mean? So what's your take on that?
Yeah, 1,000%. I think everybody's that's in certain types of positions, absolutely, they got there that way. There might have a large ego. They might be insecure because, and this is why they push forward to do what they do, because they're always continuously trying to prove themselves because of their past. Like, yeah, there's a lot of reasons why. I talk about that all the time. You're going to have some of the most successful business people. They have a larger ego, you know, and they might be more confident, even insecure. I know it seems, you know, ironic, but that is the fact. And they push harder.
Let me tell you guys, I agree with you 100%. I'm telling you, it's like I can speak from being a person in my. You know, you have to have this persona sometimes that comes off a little cocky sometimes, because you don't want to get that person to give you the first hit. So you have to come out strong, and sometimes it affects people different ways. But I think it's it makes a lot of sense. So we just had a conversation earlier today with a friend of mine. So. Yeah, it can use a lot of way. We're speaking about America. We're talking about the American dream. People come to this country. Get this now, Carol. The American dream now costs $4.4 million. And what I mean by that is, if you're looking at that like retirement, $1.6 million. A wedding, an average wedding is $44,300. An average wedding, a big wedding. You know, raising 2 children is about, this is a year-wise. So almost $832,000, $172 a year to raise 2 kids, school and food and clothes. And Carol, you know that. Owning a home, a decent home, there's like $925,000. Car, 2 adults. For 1 car, $811,000. Vacations, $179,000. If you're going to you do pets, almost 40 grand just to have pets in your home with food and shots and all that stuff. And then funerals. I mean, $10,000 every time someone dies. Yeah. It's just right. It's just crazy, and it's scary. I don't know what's going to happen for the younger generation. But then look, with now at Elon Musk, I don't know. Look, he's saying that a Doji now cuts. Now people are going to ask to prove it, or people are going to ask to say, how do you know these are true? But he says Doji cuts $4 billion per day in spending. If this is true and they keep cutting this, we can be balanced the budget by next year.
I believe that.
If they're finding all,
I believe that.
I believe that too.
Yep, I do, because he's a business.
I believe business
people. They're businessmen and women that know numbers. You have to know numbers. You know, you're going to have somebody who knows accounting and numbers to, you know, run your billion or $1 million company. Yes, it's very easy to them. It's like A plus B equals C. You get rid of this, and this, get it out of the way. And it's been abused for so long. I think they can absolutely do it. I do.
I agree with you. And Boyd just came back with too bad he doesn't give a damn about you and me. His supporters love him more than he loves them. Well, you can also go back to Barack Obama, who
They didn't
didn't
care
give a
about
shit
us.
about you or me.
They didn't care.
Joe Biden did not care
No.
about you or me. So we can go to any
Right.
politician. You want to go all the way
Right.
back.
Right.
So we can go right
Yeah.
there with that. Richard, Poland is following suit, doing an internal audit of their own government. They have already jailed over 70 people. I mean, it is, folks. I think he's cleaning house. A lot of people are upset with it. Here, $20 million. $20 million the last regime to send Sesame Street show to Iraq. $20 million they sent the Sesame Street show. $2 million for sex changes and LGBT activism in Guatemala.
I don't understand.
1.5 million. I mean, 1.5 million to advance DIE in Siberia's workplaces and business communities. I mean, where is all this money?
You know what?
It's mind-boggling.
They can spend that money if they have that money, let's say in their grant for the LGBTQ plus community, right? Why don't you use that money here for the LGBTQ plus community? And why don't you also for the transgender, just everything that's going on with that in the world? How about giving them some free therapy and counseling for all the trauma they've been through? How about using that money there? I'd feel much better if my tax money was going to that. Okay. I would be okay with that. Use that money here.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah. I mean, use the money for people that need the help instead of this crazy stuff. Even Google removed Pride Month from the calendar. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you guys something. I don't care if Pride has a month.
Yeah.
I don't care if Black Lives Matters has a month. I don't care if the Italian, but I want the veterans to be a month. If you're going to give a month to a certain group, you have to give the month to every group. And why not? There's a mixture, a melting pot of people here in different ways of life. Let's honor them all by being respectful. Our veterans get Veterans Day is a joke for the people that fought for our country.
Agree.
So, you know, that's the only thing when it comes to that. I mean, I know it's really touchy there. I also, oh, by the way, I'm not talking about them. Oh yeah, you're right, Boyd. How you doing again, pal? Frankie yesterday when he left, I guess his kid broke his arm or something, but I guess it's not broken.
His foot or his arm? Okay.
Foot. I guess it's not broken from what I hear. So he has to wear a crutch. Good. So Frankie, if you're listening, I hope your son is okay on that too. It is Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Everyone was mad at Elon Musk and his son when he had his son around his neck when he was at the Oval Office.
Why?
They complained. Yeah. Why? They didn't give a shit when Bill Clinton had someone at his Oval Office doing with the cigar. Okay, they didn't give a shit about that. No, but because he has his son over his shoulders, they're going to bitch and moan about that. I mean, look at this. A broke bartender elected to Congress assumes office in 2019 with a salary of $155,000. She's worth $29 million.
Was that?
And they're trying to prosecute.
Oh, God. That's. Yeah.
It's nuts. It's crazy. And you can't make this shit up. I mean, you know, I don't know. It's going to be a little crazy, Carol. Here's funny. One thing, the career you should have based on the month that you were born.
All right. Let's hear it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's try this. Let's go to January and then let me know what month again you're at. Oh, wait. January. Let's skip January for right now. We'll come back. February, gangster. You should be a gangster if you were born in February. Okay. That should be your job. If you were born in March, you should be president.
Okay.
It doesn't say president in general. Okay. April, royalty. Mm-hmm. May, you should be a celebrity.
I'm going to be a maid. Watch.
June, you should be a June, you're a runaway model.
Okay.
Runaway model if you're born in June. July, you'll be a doctor.
Okay.
August, you're an architect. Architect in August. September, you're a mafia
boss.
That's
me. That's me.
October, there you go. You're a mafia boss.
Good.
There you go.
Good. All right.
There you go. October, you're an engineer. November, you're a CEO.
What are you?
and interpret and December. Yeah, and December is in. I can't pronounce this. In interpreter.
What
Never
are
mind.
you?
ENT. Wait, I'm sorry. ENTREPRENO.
Oh,
One more time.
entrepreneur.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, wait a minute. Can't they spell it different? Anta, it's got nothing to do with Anta. It's ENTE. See,
Oh,
I'm
that's
horrible,
maybe
man.
it's
I'm
not
like,
entrepreneur. ENT is not entrepreneur.
yeah,
Entertain. What is? No, I don't know.
it's
ENT.
no, it's
Yeah,
ENTREPRENEUR. Yeah,
entrepreneur.
you were
Right,
right.
entrepreneur. There you go.
So you're one in January or December. There you go. Who
Who
knew?
knew? Hey, listen,
The
you know
stuff that
what's
we can
funny?
come
You
up
said Mafia Boss. This just reminded me of last night. One of the girls that worked at the tap house in Lamont, when I was leaving, I was putting
Yeah.
on my my winter coat. And I get so many compliments on it. It's not like some crazy expensive coat, but it has like fur around here and then on the, on the cuffs, and it's cute. And she's like, you look like a mafia mom. I go, mafia mom. I go, I like that. She's like, yeah, like mafia mommy. I go, don't think I'm not going to start a Facebook page. That's mafia mommy or mafia mom now, because she goes,
There you
that
go.
coat is
Yeah.
everything. I said, I love you. Her name was Sam. So I was talking to her and I'm like,
Well, there was a show that was there was a show out of New Jersey, if you remember, called
oh,
Mob
absolutely.
Wives. It
Oh,
ran
of
about
course.
4 or 5 years. They tried to do it in
Right.
Chicago. They did it in Chicago
Yep.
for a little bit. It didn't last
Mhm.
that long, but the one in New Jersey lasted a lot
Yes. Yeah.
longer,
Mob Wives.
and
Yeah.
it
I
was
loved it.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, you gotta love it. Let's talk about my good buddy Tom Vena, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Vena Landscaping. Oh yeah, we all need landscaping, folks, especially as it gets a little warmer. My good buddy Jack Landscaping, Jack Vena Landscaping. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing. Offer plant design, service, installation, servicing the North Shore for 45 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266. And then let's not forget my buddy Louis Pipes at Airtight Windows. If you're looking for windows and you want it done right, do it right with Airtight. For honesty, quality, dependability, do it right with Airtight. Serving Chicagoland for 35 years. Do it right with Airtight. Call Louis Pipes at 708-788-5000 and get those windows and siding done. This is Ocean's Pit, Twisted Thursday with Carol Brandolino filling in for Laura Ocean on Thursdays. Carol, Crocs. You know how I feel about Crocs.
I know how you feel.
Do you?
I don't like them. For me,
They got new Crocs now, folks. They look like feet. They look like feet now.
like I don't know what
They
you
look
mean.
like feet.
Like the color.
Instead of having the little holes. Wait. No, the holes, the Crocs got the little holes in them, right? In the front when you put feet in, right? It looks like a foot. It looks like there's actually feet when you're putting your feet
Like
in.
toes?
It's toes. Thank you.
Okay.
See?
I've seen
Feet,
I've
toes.
seen
No wonder why
stuff
you're
like
confused.
that.
It is crazy.
But I don't. I seriously, one day, if you ever get an order of or a pair of Crocs sent to your door, they are going to be from me. Just so you know, I'm going to find ones that you're going to want to wear because they're so great.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wear it with white socks. Carol, that's a great question. I know you got something. You got your own podcast is going to be starting soon. When is that going to be happening?
So yeah, I've been wanting this for a few years now, but finally I'm in a place where I got a friend of mine. Her name is Gianna. She's one of my best friend's daughters. And I'll be honest with you, I've been working on this and I got a name and everything and different segments that I'm going to bring different people on that, people know. But this one, the way that her and I interact we're together a lot. And she's hilarious. And she's 19 and I'm 51. Okay. So we're very, very far generationally. So it's Gen Z versus Gen X. So there's so much that we have to cover, and she's great technology wise. And so I'm thinking we're going to start putting little bits of things out. They're going to be shorter, maybe 30-second to a minute clips, just to start building up viewership. And sure. I put something out there on my Facebook page.
So what is the name? What is the name of the podcast coming soon? Carol Brandolino.
The name is Bitch Please. Bitch, please.
Bitch,
But
please.
please
Bitch
is spelled Pleas. Like, please. Like, hear me,
Please.
listen, right? But also it's like,
Listen, please.
but also it's like, bitch, please, really? You know what I mean? Like, so
I
it's
got it.
like
I got it.
it's definitely going to be fun. We're going to go all out. I mean, we're going to do it. She already started every platform she could with the name. Thank God I wouldn't be able to do any
Yeah.
of it without her because I don't know the technology on,
Yeah.
but it's going to be good. It's going to be funny, but I am going to have other people on, like she could have people on her generation and do segments of her own. We'll have different names for those segments. I'm going to be people on
Sure.
my generation to do what we talk about, but it's also a Greek and Italian thing too. She's a ball buster. It's very, very, very unfiltered. It's going to be 18 and older,
Unfiltered.
very unfiltered.
Unfiltered fun, and it's we can't wait to see it, folks. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll have you guys both on the show before it debuts and just get a little sample. Boy, this is like sitting out in front of the hubcap store making fun of people walking.
Wow. Wait, what?
Oh my God. It's like when you go to a mall, you ever go like mall watching, you go in there and you watch people sometimes. It's like, I didn't even realize the time, folks. It is coming to the end of the hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Tonight is Positano's in Oak Brook. Tomorrow, Chicago Prime. Saturday, Pier 290 in Lake Geneva. On Sunday, Caliendo's in Winfield. Birthdays for, I also want to say, sorry to the De Laurentiis family. My friend Sally, I think his brother passed away, Jerry. Our prayers go out to Jerry and the De Laurentiis family on your loss. We're sorry about that. And also one of the great punk bands of the 70s, The Jam, the original drummer, Dick Buckler, died. It was a great band. The Jam was fantastic. They just never really made it in the States, but they were a great band. All right, birthdays for Thursday, February 20th. Nature Boy Ric Flair, for all our wrestling fans, 75 years old. Alan Jackson, your country western singer, 66 years old. Sebastian Bach from Skid Row turned 56. Dennis DeYoung, the former singer of Styx, 78. Dr. Dre turns 60. Smokey Robinson, 84. Let's see. Massimo from Zaza's, my good buddy, the owner of Zaza's restaurant. Denise Tomasello, the queen of cabaret, another great singer in Chicago. Kathy Splaccio from Arizona, if you're watching, how about happy birthday to your husband, Pat, up in heaven. Pat Splaccio, we miss you, Pat. Joan Jett, 66. Movie director John Carpenter celebrating a birthday, and the former singer of Three Dog Night, Chuck Negrin, turns 82 years old. Guys, it is time for us to go, so let's get right one more time to our friends from Ace Hardware. Ace local, shop local. A lot of stuff going on there, folks. Love is in the all Carhartt jackets, vests, crew neck sweaters are now 30% off at all the JRC hardware stores. And Miracle Grow potting mix, 6-quart bag, 2 for $20. I'm thinking about updating your old kitchen and bathroom faucet. Select Moen faucets, 20% off all the entire month of February. That's right, folks. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. We're going to have Raffaello on sometime next week, and he's going to have do-it-yourself. He's the owner of all these Ace Hardware stores, and he's going to have a do-it-yourself, a minute where he's going to show you how to build stuff or put stuff together, especially if you have a lawnmower, or snowblower. I think that'd be very cool. He's going to pick a different topic every month, so we're excited. Guys, be careful out there. Buy local, shop local, support local establishments. Support live entertainment and be kind to one another. It's a tough one. Tomorrow we'll be back with Tina. Tina Perry will be my guest tomorrow, Miss Wisconsin, and a bunch of stuff that she's got going on. So, and we will see Carol next Tuesday at Twisted Tuesday. Guys, God bless you all. And please, Ringo Starr says peace and love. You have an incredible day, my friend. Thank you all, everybody. God bless you all. Have a great one. Nick Sahajas, we missed you yesterday, buddy.
It's the end of the show. See you later from town.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Again, we want to thank all of you who showed up for the homeless concert yesterday at Tap House Grill. The singers, Lulu Sylvester, thank you all. And I just go down the line, Stephanie and Carol and Frankie, Christine, Ron Starr, John Vincent, of course. And thank you again. Helping the homeless. We need it. Peace and love, everybody. God bless you. See you tomorrow, same time.